We are going to look at slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines will have the same slope, but different intercepts. This includes horizontal lines, which have a slope of 0. Vertical lines, which have an undefined slope, are also parallel. As you can see on this left-hand graph, we have drawn two parallel lines. If we calculate the slope of each of these, we are going to find that they have a rise of 2 and a run of 1. So the slope is 2 over 1, which is 2. In this line here, it will be the same thing. We have a rise of 2 and a slope of 1. So the slope is 2 over 1, or 2. This should make sense that parallel lines will have the same slope, because parallel lines continue on and on forever and ever without ever intersecting. The only way that is possible is if they're continuing at the same slope. If one of them even had a little bit of a different slope, they would eventually intersect. The slopes of perpendicular lines are called negative reciprocals. The product of negative reciprocals is -1. A vertical line, which has an undefined slope, and a horizontal line, which has a slope of 0, are perpendicular to each other. Now you might be wondering what a negative reciprocal is. Well, in this case here, we have a slope of 2 and a slope of -1/2. What is the relationship between those two? Maybe it would help if I wrote it as 2 over 1. What do you notice about them? They are flipped and opposite signs. Flipped means reciprocal. Negative means they have opposite signs. So if you had a slope of 3 over 2, what would its negative reciprocal be? Hopefully you are thinking -2 over 3. Opposite sign, flip the fraction. What would be the negative reciprocal of -1/5? Change the sign, so it's going to be positive. Flip the fraction, so it's going to be 5 over 1, and 5 over 1 is simply 5. Those are negative reciprocals, and perpendicular lines have slopes that are negative reciprocals. So we have a line K, and it has slope 4/3. So what is the slope of a line that would be parallel to K? Well, if they are parallel, they have to have the same slope. So it's going to be 4/3. Every line that is parallel to K will have to have had a slope of 4/3. What about the line that is perpendicular to K? Remember, if they are perpendicular, they have negative reciprocals. Right now, the original slope is 4/3. So the negative reciprocal of that would be the opposite sign, which is negative. Flip the fraction, which would be 3/4. We have line PQ passing through the points P and Q. Line RS is passing through the points R and S. Are these two lines parallel, perpendicular, or neither? What we need to do is we need to find the slope of each line, and we can do that using our slope formula. So we'll call this x1, y1, and x2, y2. So our slope formula is y2, which is 10, minus y1, which is 2. x2 is -2 minus x1, which is -7. So we are going to have 8 over -2 plus 7 is 5. Let's find the slope of RS. Same thing, x1, y1, x2, y2. So the slope is going to be 1 subtract -4 over 5 subtract -3. We're going to end up adding these values. So we are going to have 5 over 8. Let's compare these slopes to determine if they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Parallel means they need to be exactly the same. They're not. Perpendicular means they need to be negative reciprocals. They are reciprocals, they are flipped, but they're not opposite signs. So they're not perpendicular. That means they are neither. We want to state whether the lines in each pair are parallel, perpendicular, or neither, and justify our answers. So when they are written as an equation, remember where the slope is located. It is the value that is being multiplied to the x. So we have slope 3 and negative 1/3. Are those parallel, perpendicular, or neither? In order to be parallel, they need to be the same. They're not. In order to be perpendicular, they need to be negative reciprocals. They are. The reciprocal of 3 is 1/3, and they are opposite signs. So these are perpendicular because they have negative reciprocal slopes. Look at B. We have a slope of 2 and a slope of negative 2. Are those the same? No, they're not exactly the same, so they're not parallel. Are they negative reciprocals? They are opposite in sign, but they're not flipped. Therefore, these are neither. And C. We have a slope of 4, we have another slope of 4. They are exactly the same, therefore they are parallel. They're parallel because they have the same slope.